has been excellent. They really appreciate the military family, and it really shows.
With all that USAA offers, why go with anybody else? We know their rates are good. We know that they're always going to take care of us.
It was an instant savings, and I should have changed a long time ago.
It was funny because when we would call another insurance company, they would say, oh, we can't be USAA.
We're the Weber family.
We're the Tennies.
We're the Hells, and we're USAA members for life.
Get your USAA auto insurance quote today.
When I was diagnosed with breast cancer, I went straight to CTCA. After my mastectomy, I felt like part of my identity was being taken away. My team made me feel whole again.
Cancer Treatment Centers of America. Appointments available now.
At Panera, our salads are uniquely crafted with peak season berries, creamy avocado, and a dressing fit for a goddess. Come taste what a salad should be and order online for delivery right to you. Panera, food as it should be.
PNC Bank has technology to help make banking easier, like a business borrowing solution to help get a little more space with a lot less mom, or Home Insight to search for a new house within your budget because they really need their space. PNC, make today the day.
Curiouser and curiouser, said Alice. The rabbit hole went straight on like a tunnel for some way. I've seen a cat without a grin, but a grin without a cat?
Hey, Mercedes, end audio. Change lighting to soft blue.
The completely reimagined 2020 GLE with intelligent voice control and available third row. Your adventure awaits. Visit your local Mercedes-Benz dealer for exceptional lease and financing offers. Mercedes-Benz, the best or nothing.
When you take Align, you have the support of a probiotic and the gastroenterologist who developed it.
Align naturally helps to soothe your occasional digestive upsets 24/7.
So where you go, the pro goes.
2 women jog uphill.
Go with Align, the pros in digestive health.
Bear presents Outdone Yourself. Staining be done and stay done through every season.
Done. Done. Done, 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 done.
Bear semi-transparent stain. Overall, #1 rated. Stay done for years to come. Right now, get incredible savings on Bear premium paints and stains. Exclusively at the Home Depot.
Putin, you want to talk about
Senator
Russia?
Harris, we're going to
he takes the word of the Russian president over the word of the American intelligence community when it comes to a threat to our democracy and our elections.
Thank you, Senator Harris.
These are the issues that are before us.
During the debate, and President Trump just a few hours later. Welcome back to Morning Joe, live from Miami. It's Friday, June 28th. Joining Joe, Willie, and me, we have Professor at Princeton University, Eddie Glaude Jr., Senior Advisor at MoveOn.org, and an MSNBC contributor, Karine Jean-Pierre, and NBC News Senior Correspondent, the great Tom Brokaw, who knows a thing or two about covering a lot of things. Take a look at Tom right now.
We're almost at the end of this morning after the debate. We'll be selecting our 41st President of the United States. And chances are he will be one of the 12 men assembled on this stage tonight.
I was appalled at Tom at the Democrats' answer.
I met with more foreign leaders alive than anybody here. If you add in the dead ones George Bush has met with, then he outdistances them.
The Democrat contenders fired some opening rounds Sunday night in a nationally televised debate here on NBC.
Are you saying that I'm bought and paid for?
I'm saying this system.
Are you saying that I'm bought and paid for?
I'm saying you're part of a system that is bought and paid for.
Will you urge the legislature to, as swiftly as possible, to make it legal for gay couples to be married in the state of Massachusetts? Can you remember a presidential election when so many people were turned off, fed up, outraged by what they saw and heard?
I think Tom has the historical context, don't you?
I certainly do, Tom. So
great to have you.
With that great historical context, tell us about
what you saw last night, the night before. What has Miami taught us about this Democratic
Big
field?
takeaway.
Well, first of all, because I have an emeritus status, I can say this without being accused of just being sucking up to my bosses. But I thought these two debates were critically important and extremely well presented. I think the country now has a better understanding of the issues and of the candidates. That's important. So the campaign really began this week and here in Florida. That's the first thing I'd say. Then there are two realities. I was in the hall last night, and people watching outside saw something different than those of us in the hall. But the people outside are the ones that count, because that was a much larger audience. And the perception there was that the senator that you just had on, Senator Harris, just absolutely created the movement that will probably be very important in this campaign. That will be a defining moment, the way that she took on the vice president. On the other hand, at the end of the debate, down in the hall, Joe had around him a very large crowd of admirers. So we haven't really kind of broken out yet, but everybody will be thinking about the campaign from this point to the end. And we still have a long way to go. But the important part as well is it was very issue-oriented, and that's what counts. People are looking for that, and you get an idea of what's is that it's so divided along racial lines. You have the black vote, you have the Hispanic vote, then you have them competing with each other.
So to a point you just made, Tom, Joe, it's not, I know the president likes, because facts were being celebrated, facts were being debated. It was engaged in watching an extended conversation and hearing what these candidates.
So early. Actually, two things I saw last night that I think will impact the race if those dynamics don't change. One, Bernie Sanders. He wasn't Bernie Sanders of 2020. He was Bernie Sanders of 2016. Right. He seemed oddly out of step with the moment, as much as he seemed in step 4 years ago. Secondly, is Joe Biden. Joe Biden had, this is the sort of thing people don't like talking about. Joe Biden had a bad night last night. He reminded me of Ronald Reagan in 1984, losing his place at times, not being able to carry out a cogent thought through the course of a 2-minute answer.
But yet who won?
That Reagan won, but he won not because of the first debate, he won because of the second debate. So the question is, can Joe Biden bounce back? Or is he going to make a lot of Democratic donors and supporters who were already nervous before last night a hell of a lot more nervous?
Well, just to echo what you said in the beginning, we're at the early stages. We're not even in the first inning. We're still taking batting practice right now.
Right.
But it's very clear that Bernie Sanders last night thought that all he needed to do was to make his point. The point that he's been making since 2016. But what he needed to do, I think, was to go even deeper, because Elizabeth Warren, to his left or to his right, however we want to describe her, is actually making the claims with detail. She's showing that she can talk about that agenda at a level of specificity.
I'm glad you brought that up, because we heard that Bernie had not prepared, and I heard somebody say very early on in the debate, 10, 15 minutes into the debate, that you could see that lack of preparation. He was just reading from old lines.
Right, and the point is that he needs to celebrate himself, because much of what was happening on that stage was a result of his run in 2016. Yes. He's pulled the party to his position, and he's not the only one on stage talking about Medicare for all. He's not the only one on stage talking about living wage. But then there was Joe Biden. I was watching him and watching him closely, and he felt, and I'm going to say this, he looked old. He didn't seem like he was on his game, and he seemed genuinely surprised when Kamala Harris came after him.